What is up, everybody? Tuberversity here today. We're gonna talk about this post that I find so interesting. The hippies of the game community. Bring love, guys. Don't talk about anything negative about these video games, guys. Only just love and peace and all that nonsense right there. It is truly fascinating. People could talk about the bugs in any other game, an Xbox exclusive, a multi-plat game like the King Kong game that's literally rated the worst games of this year, or the second place runner-up, the Gollum game. You could talk about that game being buggy, being trash, but you can't talk about this Spider-Man 2 game having bugs in it. Oh boy, just the hypocrisy right here. But we're gonna read this post that got a lot of attention on Twitter. I really don't have a side in this console war crap. Pretty much saying is that they're trying to give a mature stance. Like, why are you guys in this console war? I'm above it. But they're going to make sure they chime in on the console war. Even though they say they don't care about it, but they're going to chime in and let you know their thoughts about it. Fascinating. Yet, I do find it absolutely hilarious the amount of grown-ass men on my timeline looking for bugs in Spider-Man 2. Now, it's funny how it wasn't a problem for people do the same thing, especially these different gaming outlets do the same thing about Starfield. Look at all these different outlets. Game Rant, Polygon, IGN, VG247, Eurogamer. Does she have a problem with these websites talking about the bugs in Starfield? Probably not, but when it comes to Spider-Man, it's a big issue. And then she says people just looking for bugs. Sure, there's like a small percentage of people who are going out their way to look for bugs in this game. But you can't tell me that this right here, of literally when you start the start screen and you see Miles Morales' just head right there without a body, you can't tell me somebody's just looking for bugs right here, really? And then, like this guy says, the misogyny of the start screens. Where is that one guy at Grums who post went viral talking about Starfield start screen? That guy has been ghost for the past few days since the Spider-Man 2 bug fiasco started. He has completely been ghost silent about this. Not shocking. Or like this, Peter Parker's arms is completely folded behind his back. Yes, that's somebody completely going out there to look for bugs. Or somebody just flying around the city and they're stuck in place. You're fused to NPCs, you're riding your bike, and you can go through people. Yes, that's completely just looking for bugs. Or you're literally going through the environment. Just by doing normal stuff in an open world game. You're clearly riding your bike, you're going through the environment. Yes, clearly being sought out and looked for at this point. Fighting a mission, doing a mission, fighting an enemy, and you go through the water. Look, you're going through the water, you go through the level. clearly just being people just doing it on purpose, right? They're not just playing the game, noticing this nonsense. Then she says, like, bro, get an effing life. Well, I agree. The people who are doing with Spider-Man need to get an effing life. And all the journalists who point out this nonsense about Starfield need to get an effing life. All the people who are saying how the King Kong game and that Gollum game was the worst games ever need to get an effing life. I just don't understand how we could point out all these flaws with these different games. But when it comes to Spider-Man, people getting their feelings about it. Very fascinating. There are bugs in Spider-Man. Peter Parker and Miles Morales, oh, that is such a funny joke. It's not going to be used like 100 times already. This is done for literally every big release on every platform. I'm not sure why you're surprised. And just to go back on that, because Digital Foundry's whole job is to nitpick games to find out the difference between frame rates, whether it be like 1 frame or 2 frames difference, if the lighting is different in one version than the other one. Their whole job, their whole career is to find you the small differences and nitpicks, or bugs, so to say. But if you do it for Spider-Man, it's an issue. Now, sure, some of these bugs I showed before, like, they aren't that big of a deal because you can just probably restart your game or switch to a different character. But it is an annoyance when you're playing this big, highly rated game, this 10 out of 10 perfect score from these different reviewers, and you just gotta ignore these bugs. You just gotta act like you just don't see it. You gotta do the Bird Box challenge like a lot of these fanboys are doing. And like you just don't see the bugs when it's obviously there. You can't be like, this game is super polished, but then you call companies like Bethesda, you point out the bugs in those games, but you want to ignore the ones in this one. That's very hypocritical right there, to be honest. Like, you can't, especially since these reviews were dinging scores from games like Redfall and Starfield because of the bugs and glitches, but you ignore the ones in this game. Very hypocritical, to be honest. So it's just like, I just don't understand how people could just ignore this and give the game a perfect score. Like, really? People playing the game crashes, which I understand these might be one-off things, but when you see this many people reporting bugs, you just can't ignore it. You just can't be like, hey, we're just gonna ignore it. The enemy's not even fighting back. They literally let Spider-Man just beat him up. They're not even lifting a finger. It's like, really? You're literally doing a mission, but yet you're looking for bugs here, people. The guy literally goes through the damn table. Oh man, let's see what those people have to say about this one. Did you tweet the same when Sony fanboys were doing this for Starfield? I tweet near the same for every exclusive. Never fails that it happens. Always just as pathetic. I'm pretty sure if I go through her tweet history, which I'm not gonna do, I'm pretty sure she didn't say a thing about Starfield getting the same treatment. But that was an Xbox exclusive, not something that she really cared about. So, you're not wrong. But if you weren't saying the same thing about the hate campaign of dudes spending that unpaid overtime doing the same thing to Starfield, but 10 times as much, it rings a bit hollow. Then she says, did I say anything? I don't think so. That's a big shocker. Of course, when it's Starfield, she didn't say anything. But when it's Spider-Man, your beloved Spider-Man, you have to chime in. Fascinating. Dudes doing the same thing Sony guys have been doing. It's still amusing seeing one side is now hating on this behavior, though. Yeah, now this behavior is just so, like, beneath us. But just a month ago, it was perfectly fine. Truly fascinating. They're literally digging through the trash cans to find cans with lower polygons. I mean, like the post I just showed before. It sounds like people are just playing the game. And once again with this, why is it that you can just touch fire and you get no burn damage? But we're giving this game a perfect 10 out of 10 with literally zero attention to detail. Okay. I mean, you gotta do a lot of ignoring to give this game a perfect score. But what are the Sony, Pony, and Xbox fanboys gonna complain about if they can't tear down every big exclusive? A lot of people keep saying the same comment over and over again. So let's see. Did it say the same tweet when they were doing it for Starfield? Nope, she didn't. I mean, Spider-Man is bound to have a couple of bugs. I mean, if you see like 10 other people make the same joke, then your joke isn't gonna be the funny one that just gives a big chuckle out of people. Like the joke has been repeated like multiple times already. Men just need to enjoy their video games. Okay, then again, King Kong and that Gollum game should be perfect games in an instance. We just shouldn't complain about anything. All games should be perfect, if that's the case. Like, even with me saying this, I still think the game is pretty great. It looks like it's a fantastic game, but you just can't ignore it just rubs me the wrong way that people just want to ignore the bugs in this game. But once again, scrutinize Xbox exclusives to the high heavens, or scrutinize these games they don't care about, like that King Kong or that Gollum game. But give Spider-Man a pass. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. People actively trying to trash Spider-Man 2 and avoid playing because on my console are missing out. Game is phenomenal so far. I mean, like I said before, I would try this game when the beta testers get done with it. When they release all the patches, I'll try it out then. What's wrong with looking for bugs in games, though? This is so common, but only defend it when it comes to a game people like. That is so true. When it's a game people don't care about, that game can be ripped to shreds in the media. But if it's a game they prefer, they want to come out like the defense for us and say, don't talk about Spider-Man. I don't remember a single bug in all of Spider-Man 2. No exaggeration. Maybe just lucky, but yeah. So you're just gonna ignore what's on social media? People posting all these bugs. People saying their game won't even load. The physical copies of these games won't even load. Like, I didn't have any bugs in Starfield, but people saying they have bugs as well, so I can't just ignore the bugs people are saying they saw. That's just disingenuous. Grown men really trying to gaslight us into thinking Spider-Man 2 isn't great. The game can be great, but you're just literally ignoring the bugs and saying this game is perfect is the problem here. It's all bitter Xbox clowns. She couldn't have said it any better. Get a life. Yes, Spider-Man 2 has a 91 on Metacritic. Should it have that score, though, if it's super buggy? Like, Insomniac keeps rushing out these games, and it's like, you don't think there's going to be a drawback to releasing these games so fast? Like, they just released the original Spider-Man 2018, Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank, A Rift Apart. Now they're doing Wolverine. They keep releasing these games so fast. These games are not getting quality control, proper quality control at this point. That's why they're releasing so buggy like this. But you know, as long as they keep releasing these big AAA games, the super short, I guess nobody's have a problem with it. And when you do point it out, you're the problem. When you point out the bugs, you're just supposed to do the Bird Box challenge for Sony games, I guess. But not have that same leniency with its Xbox exclusives. And then the fact that this game is an open world game. So how can you say that people are just going out looking for bugs on an open world game? Like, you're just naturally doing stuff that you can do that's outside of the main mission. But you're getting called a person just purposely just making us up, so just looking for issues. That is so crazy to me. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude it right here. Once again, leave Spider-Man alone. Ignore the bugs. Do the Bird Box challenge. But you know, it's just all, what is that? Just stop the console war stuff. That is so funny. That is hilarious. Once again, they're completely silent when it was done to Starfield or Xbox exclusives. But when it comes to Spider-Man, we're going to make it well known that you guys need to stop this behavior. It's just beneath us with this console war stuff. But make sure they chime in on it, though, to let you know that you guys should stop on the console war nonsense. Okay. I'm like, that same energy need to be kept. And I don't mind the Xbox guys are returning that same energy. I don't mind it at all. So definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.